Welcome, my lovely soul friends. Today I will be discussing graveyard magic and we'll be getting our power back. um, it's not my favorite topic, because, why would people do such things, right? Why would they go and do something in a graveyard, try to make something happen? Um, what the fuck are these intentions? And why would anyone do that? But sadly, it's something that I'm going through. It's something that many people are going through. I know that in the location where I live, that is something that is happening a lot. I know that, no, all over I think all over the planet, there's a lot of that happening. So I think it's relevant in a large scale that people use the kind of the dead realm, right, or the graveyard as the place of those spirits who've passed away. So in the graveyard there are many. There's the spirit that's responsible first of all for the graveyard, and then there is many spirits who serve different kind of intentions, dark intentions, light intentions, and so forth and so on. But no person that is kind of going or walking a path of light would go into a graveyard to achieve certain result, right? Only those people who do not see that they have the power, they have to turn to the darkness to sort of kind of try to gain that power and to then connect other people to that egregore as to serve their intention and serve that energy, right? And not only just it's not only people personally, you have a friend or you have a family member hates you, is jealous of you, some other reason, just wants to, I don't know, destroy you in the worst case scenario, and uses graveyard magic against you. What are the examples? Taking somebody's picture and digging it into graveyard, doing certain rituals, burning candles in the graveyard with the intention to affect a certain person and therefore to connect that person to the death realm, to the realm of the people that have passed over or are in this suspended plane of kind of miserably walking, still wandering. They're basically stuck. They're basically stuck on this planet because any kind of normal, harmonious passovering happens when a soul ascends back to light or then comes back into another incarnation, or these many spirits are stuck into this astral plane, and then they have not kind intentions, and all of that jazz. So basically, yeah. Well, people, not only, like what I was trying to say, not only it happens on a personal level, like person to person, but there are people who offer services, there are people who offer spiritual services to help people, and then there are people who offer services that they tell you they will help you, but then they do, they actually do it through the dark path, meaning they do rituals for graveyard rituals, and then they tell you to go and put candles in the graveyard, and it's crazy things, right? It's crazy things for crazy people. And basically, so if you have been affected, you might be feeling like your head is dizzy, you have a lot of headaches, you have cold feet, cold hands. These are many signs that could mean that you have this connection. Also, known sign is that people that are connected close to death realm, they live in kind of a shadow. meaning that they are not publicly, they have struggled to be publicly noticed by people. It's like people see them, but they dismiss them. You know, it's like it's on subconscious energetical level where people are kind of like, I see you, but I don't really recognize you. So those are some of the signs. Yeah, you feel like your energy is being drained, your energy is being sucked away from you. Yeah, that's all that's coming to mind right now. There's probably much more than that. Your life force is being drained into this death realm. That's the thing. That your light energy is feeding something, somebody else. And it's not feeding your own life. It's not feeding your own manifestations. The thoughts in your mind are not of your own. Yeah, and usually these, like, it happens like if these people are connected in your family, then it works. This kind of connection, if somebody has done that to you, it works because there are people connected to you, or you are connected to people who are connected to those people who have done that to you. And the link is still live, link is active. So if you're not completely cutting the link from these people and from the people that are in connection with these people, so you need to also cut all links from completely, like, isolated, then usually it works stronger. Because actually, like, in reality, for somebody to influence you from the outside, like a person that is far unknown and doesn't have a lot of energetical connection to you, that, like, they would need a lot of strength. And usually that's done in, like, circles of occult circles, and then they gather, like, a lot of people because they need a lot of this kind of consciousness projection magic. Because one person, usually it would take a really strong, like, magically strong, consciously strong person to just go one-on-one without having any connection. Yeah. So okay, 2 steps. First step, let's do protection, right? Because we need to have a clear head. We need to have groundedness and balance in ourselves before we start to explore the second step, which is exploration. But okay, let's so I'm going to offer you a symbol of protection, but you can start developing your own symbol. My suggestion is, in developing a symbol of protection from this realm, that is the kind of the death realm, the graveyard realm, is to use a symbol, often used symbols of skulls. So it can, because it represents the death realm. The skull just represents the death realm. So it's very common. It's very effective to use that symbol of the skull, of the bones, to create a distinction between this. So I will share with you my own protection symbol, and you can use that. I have it on my bum, 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 bum. It's kind of a simple. You can observe it for a moment. So that's my own symbol for protection from that realm. So that it's kind of, so the first step, you know, defense, any kind of defense is really what defense magic in general, not just in this case, is kind of the step to gain clarity, because you have to stop the leakage. It doesn't necessarily solve the problem, right? So the second step would be to explore. It's a step from a higher perspective, because in the beginning of the video I was talking about like why would anyone do that, but it's really in this journey of life our higher self allowing for that to happen, for such a thing to happen, for darkness and light to play out in our lives, because there is something that this connection between you and the death realm, or whatever being on the other side, something that it can give you, something that it can teach you on, let's say, as an example, on a spiritual, on a psychic level, on a level of regaining something, right? Because the truth is, a lot of people have parts of themselves which are rejected, forgotten, undiscovered, unexplored. And people who happen to be, let's say, the victims of such a circumstance where somebody connects them to this death realm, there is a reason for that. Of course, for them to start exploring that, and why and how to take power in that situation. Like how do I, it's basically, the question is, how do I become the master of my consciousness, master of magician, to take control of all of these realms of my consciousness so that nothing can affect me. And that, you know, psychopomps, if you know what psychopomps do, they guide the dead souls after death into light. I don't know if that's the right definition of it, but basically, as somebody who has been connected to the death realm, I can tell you that I have had dreams guiding many souls from my past lives, particularly warlike. So there was a like World War II situation. Many souls got stuck in many deaths, so in this realm of death. And actually, this connection helped me in my dream state to go into this realm and to guide these people that were stuck there back to light. So you see, it serves you on a level to discover kind of your mission, purpose. Maybe not, it's not maybe like your main mission, it's not your main purpose, but it's leading you down a path of exploration of kind of part of you, which you can, it's something that you can do, it's something that you can help with, it's something that you can tread this path of guiding souls from these dark death realms back to light. You can help other people if they have attachments, if they have dead people attached in their aura field, and to help them do the same, right? There's literally like, I mean, there could be so many things of why, and so many kind of manifestations that after years you're going to like see. You develop a career, you develop a certain, you become a psychopomp, you become a psychic, you become a shaman, you become something, somebody who leads other people, somebody who helps other people, because you were connected to this realm. However, always remember that it is your free will, your choice to use kind of like, I don't want to be connected to this in this moment, so my energy is my energy. Bam. Solidify your field. You're in your protective shell. I need my energy for myself. Then I have my energy for myself. I feel all right. I can explore. I can look into things. I can read. I can meditate in connection with my higher self to understand what is my path in this? Because there is, of course, the recognition of we are in this channel, we're creating astral realms ourselves, we're discovering all the other astral realms, all the subtle planes. This physical plane is just kind of the one manifestation of that plane. There's so many planes merging, right? There's so many planes that are merging, and you know, this is if you know anything about ghosts, the same, right? Spirits of the people who have stuck, who have been, yeah, who have, you know, done something and they are stuck. They're stuck in that realm. They cannot pass over to light, so they need assistance, they need help. The field needs to clear itself. The planet is entering a higher density, and the field is cleaning itself, it's clearing itself. And people, we as magicians, as psychics, as whatever, just like spiritually enlightened beings, spiritually master magician beings, we are learning to take that power of ourselves within these different realms, right? And yeah, well, basically, to answer the first question, why would anyone do that? Well, we would, like, okay, we could argue about their reasons, but why is it happening to us? It's happening so we can take our power back. So we can take back our power in a dimension which we were not aware of before. That's a great sentence, yeah. To take back our power in a dimension in which of which we were not aware before. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I hope I gave you a little bit of enlightenment into this. Remember that if the person themselves, as soon as you start going in this path and taking back this power, the person that is carrying malevolent and not benevolent, malevolent intentions, bad intentions towards you, they're going to receive that energy back to themselves, because as soon as you start stepping into that power of yours, they can no longer affect you there, right? It's the same way if you, if somebody's coming and trying to punch you in the face, but you have learned to move your physical body, they're punching the air, right? Or if you have learned to punch back, they probably will not attack you anymore. In the same way, if you remember to take power back into this dimension in which they are trying to connect you with, affect you, then they can no longer do that as soon as you take the power. Okay, so I guess I didn't, like, we could go into more like how to take that power back, how to take more of yourself into that dimension so people couldn't affect you. That's something I'm still exploring myself. But in general, I would say to start with protection and then exploration, right? And that should be at least enough to start with, at least enough to give yourself hope that it's like your energy is being drained and you're like, what is happening? Where is this coming from? What's happening to my energy? Yeah. All right. It was lovely to have you, my dear soul friend. I'll see you all later. For now, bye-bye.